everybody, welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful week and enjoyed your Halloween celebrations, however you were celebrating them. We really had a great time just being creative with how we were celebrating while still being safe. And honestly, I of course enjoy the non-COVID celebrations that we can do, but we were still able to have a lot of fun, be in the spirit of the season. And now moving into Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm really feeling great, just coming after this is election week. Things are very tense. I'm trying to remain calm and not be too influenced by the media or anything like that. But so I'm filming this on a Wednesday, so still awaiting the results of the election, but I'm trying to not stay glued to my phone or to the media so that it doesn't make me unnecessarily anxious. So anyways, we are here for my week 4 check-in for paycheck number 2. Now, I will tell you guys, I wanted to get this video up because I'm usually consistent with my Thursday, Friday, Saturday schedule. I'm now filming 2 videos a week, but there will actually be 3 videos this week because I'm having to break this up because some of my bills, especially the ones that relate to my debt, like my student loan and my car payment, they have not cleared. And just with how this paycheck fell, it goes through until November 5th. Most of the time, these fall kind of mid-week, so they've cleared well before I'm closing out a budget. But these take a while to clear for some reason, especially my student loan, and it won't show me how much interest they've charged me until that actual bill has cleared. And it's not even showing pending in my account yet, you guys. So I am gonna have to wait to close out this budget until I have the results of these 2. I am going to fill out my variable expenses, do my week 2 check-in for variable expenses, which is gonna kind of make these videos a little shorter, which is kind of nice. I'll get you switched over to my weekly check-in sheet and transaction log, and we'll get started. Okay, here we are at my weekly check-in sheet for variable expenses. Last week we did our week 3 check-in, so I'll leave that video in an information card if you want to check it out. And this was all of the expenses, income, fixed, variable, sinking fund transactions that we reconciled last week. So then down here, just using up all of the rows in this transaction log. There's some lingering here, but again, I'm just going to focus on the yellow boxes. Those are my variable expenses or variable expense transactions. So we're still in paycheck 2. This is the transactions we're looking at are from October 29th to November 4th. We're looking at week 4. And these are all of our variable expenses. And you guys, I am so happy to say I'm up and running back on my Canon EOS 7D. It's so nice, so much easier to set it up. I'm no longer a MacGyver situation with yarn and counterbalances and things like that. And I can use my cell phone for calculations instead of my kids' Kindle. So yeah, we limped along, we made it work. But for groceries, I always like to start with an example for you guys on here, especially if you're new popping by. So I use this remaining column right here on my transaction log, and I come and find the last grocery purchase I made, and that was at Costco. And I can see this negative $65.81. That's how much I was over budget. And I budget $400 for groceries. So in total, I spent $465.81. And then to find out how much I spent this week on groceries, I subtract what I had spent last week, which was $251.83. So that tells me that I spent $213.98 on groceries for week 4. And we had some visitors My in-laws came to stay, so there was just extra food for that. And then I had made a sangria. I will leave it linked in the description box below, but it is yummy, you guys. So, so yummy. And so that's a little pricey, you know, buying alcohol and things like that, but it's kind of just one of our traditions. I'd also made a mummy meatloaf for Halloween night. It turned out really cute. I posted a picture on my Instagram, and I can leave a link to that recipe as well in the description box below. But it was fun. That was part of the festivities. Okay, so that is groceries taken care of. And next to eating out and entertainment, I've already calculated these in advance, so we didn't spend anything. We had plenty of entertainment during Halloween weekend, so we still have $78.76 remaining from the $100 that I budget for this category. Household and pets, this is where we spent a lot of money this paycheck. So this week wasn't too bad. We spent $50.22, but we were overall over budget by $131.64, and I budget $125 for household and pets. And most of that spending was last week, just stocking up on dog food. I had during Prime Day purchased a mattress cover for our bed because of my husband. He has a really hard time sleeping in our bed. Honestly, I think we're just gonna have to eventually buy a Sleep Number bed, but I was hoping that that would kind of make do until we are able to purchase a Sleep Number, because that's probably not even going to happen for at least a year. But it really didn't seem to make much of a difference. I'm pretty disappointed in that purchase. But that was a big unbudgeted cost as well, and it didn't really take much to kind of throw us over the edge with that. Okay, so next was gas. We are pretty well on budget with this. Let's see, we spent $68.75, and we were over budget by 38 cents for the $150 that I budget. So that's looking good. My husband, he had done a lot of spending this paycheck. Part of that was for some work pants that were like $50, but still, he had still spent way more this paycheck. I don't know if it was just because we were entertaining. He'd made a lot more stops at the gas station and things like that, or little shops, but yeah, I'm honestly considering, so I budget $40 for both of us for 2 weeks worth of spending money. I'm usually okay to stay within that budget. My husband has consistently been almost double, and so $80. So I'm considering the next paycheck budget that I do, just budgeting $80 for him, because that's more realistic. And honestly, I'm, you know, he's more of the spender, I'm more of the saver. We're still making good headway on our debt. And for us to have an argument or, you know, anything too dramatic or anything over $40, it's just not worth it to me. And it's just money, you know, it's not worth our relationship to battle over that. And it's $40. So that's something that I'm seriously considering. Let's see. And then I had spent $1.97. I needed some lip balm. And I was overall over budget by $13.82, and this was mostly for clothes, some gym clothes, and we have an adult clothes sinking fund, and I'm thinking of beefing that up. You guys, I think this is our first year having sinking funds. We're new to budgeting anyways, but what I'm learning, and I think a lot with this month, was that our sinking funds could have saved us. We could have had sinking funds for some of these unbudgeted expenses that we had. So I'm thinking in the new year, I'm going to look at my sinking funds and you guys might see some changes in the categories, just so that this sort of situation with our out of control variable expenses this paycheck doesn't happen again. But okay, so my oldest, I had given him $10. So he still had $10 from the 20 that I budget. My two younger kids, they each did not spend anything. So my daughter, she had still the $9.98 remaining. My youngest had his $20 remaining. And then for unbudgeted, I had purchased my contacts and my glasses this week, and they were $423. Now, I had told you guys that I have a medical flexible spending account. The company I work for had changed who manages that, and the app is not as user-friendly as the previous app was. So I used to be able to submit a refund, and then that money would be available within a day or two, and then I could just wire transfer it, transfer it into my checking account. For this one, you have to, the app on my phone, I don't really get on the computer very much, honestly. Most of my activities are on my phone. And so their app doesn't allow you to enter your bank information. I called them and they said, yeah, this is something we're trying to work on, but you have to go through your computer to enter your bank account information. Unfortunately, when I'd submitted my refunds, I'm getting $498. I have a total of $500 that I can submit. I just have a $2 one lingering, but it's coming via check, you guys. So snail mail. I have no idea when that's going to arrive. So I'm just kind of cash flowing this for now until I get that check, and then that's going to go towards debt once I get that check. Because that's what this money was intended for. This unbudgeted, had it been closer to zero, would have gone towards our cash flow to go towards debt. So, yeah, it's just been kind of a little frustrating, but we're getting it figured out. It's just a learning process. So overall, I spent $779.48 on unbudgeted. A big chunk of that was my contacts and glasses, my copay for my eye doctor, but another huge one was a storage container for our above ground pool. That was like $150, and then $130 for the charger and battery for my camera that had broken. And that's where I'm saying our sinking funds. So I don't think I'm putting enough into home maintenance. And they say it's supposed to be 1%. Your yearly home maintenance amount should be 1% of the value of your home. Mine is nowhere near that. And then I'm also thinking of starting an electronic sinking fund. I'm going to wait to do all of that until the end of the year. Because by then our car will be paid off as well, so we'll have more cash flow. It'll just seem easier to increase those amounts to contribute more money to sinking funds. And I'm also going to probably beef up our adult clothes sinking fund as well, and possibly kids. But that is where we are at. Just kind of some learning, a lot of learning this paycheck. And our total this week was $836.03, and we were over budget by $991.05. Okay, so that is our variable expenses for this week. That's really going to wrap up this video for this week, you guys. My weekly check-in just on variable expenses, and then just look for the other video where I'm actually closing out the budget once I have all of my bills that have cleared. And then there'll also be a velocity banking check-in video once I have that information. So those are the two videos to look for later this week. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope your October was fantastic, and now moving into Thanksgiving season. I hope you are all doing very well, and we have so much to be thankful for, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.